The internet has added an intoxicating dimension to gaming, allowing people to play with and against each other online. It's Saturday evening, and instead of going out for a drink or going to a nightclub, young Koreans come to PC Bangs to play games. PC Bangs are internet game cafes. There's one on almost every street corner, and most are open 24 hours a day. They've helped turn gaming into a national sport. There's a professional league, and the best gamers are celebrities. But people have played themselves to death. Since 2005, there have been at least 12 deaths linked to gaming addiction. Some had developed blood clots from sitting still for so long. They were extreme cases of an estimated 3 million Koreans thought to be addicted to games. And this March, another death made headlines around the world. A couple were arrested after their babies starved to death while they played a computer game. One of the saddest things is that the couple lived in this basement flat just here, and 10 feet away over there is the PC Bang they spent so much of their time. The mother was sent here for psychological assessment at UG University's Department of Addiction. The couple had low IQs and both were depressed. They were playing a game called Prius online for up to 18 hours a day. Remarkably, it involves protecting a virtual child. Did the game not remind her of her own child?
She was mentally not that stable to begin with, and being absorbed by the game, she lost the sense of reality.
And while they looked after their virtual child, their real daughter was fed just once a day. She died of malnutrition.
As a parent myself, I was very sad when I heard about this case. Actually, I cried a lot. I think this is a very painful case.
In Korea, experts have found that problem gamers often have underlying emotional issues, and it's adolescent boys like Sang most commonly affected. Here the focus is on replacing their virtual relationships with real ones. It's crucial to rebuild bridges between Sang and his family.
Well, I used to hit him a lot. But you need to talk and communicate a lot to understand the child. I regret not having done that in the past.
I think it's much more fun to be playing outside than playing games. I think I'll be waking up earlier, I won't be falling asleep at school, and I'll be spending a lot less time playing games.
Before leaving Korea, I went to see the man charged with preventing the next generation of so-called addicts. While gaming addiction is yet to be officially recognised as a medical condition, he believes it's real and is heading our way.
I believe without proper countermeasures, the UK will also face the same problems that Korea is facing, when games become more accessible through high-speed internet throughout your country.
Britain's already experiencing the power of online games. This summer, a mum in Kent had her 3 children taken into care after she neglected them and let her dog starve to death while she played online. And across the country, millions compete against each other or explore fantasy worlds together. We've even got our own Korean-style professional league. Gamers here at Britain's biggest online games festival were aware of the dangers.
Everyone can have a laugh and say that you can't get addicted to game, but it's obvious that some people do.
Several people on my friends list online have racked up maybe 150 hours a week.
The more you play and the less interaction you have with the outside world, the more you get sucked into it and the harder it is then to get out of it.
And there was one game mentioned more than any other: Blizzard Entertainment's World of Warcraft. Remember Leo? I wondered if he was winning his battle to stop playing. The news wasn't good.
I think I've got the situation somewhat under control. Certainly more control than before.
What happened?
Well, I was pretty bored to start with. I didn't have anything to do.
It was boredom, that was the final...
It was boredom, and I did miss my friends, you know?
Online, you mean your friends?
Yeah.
On here?
You know, it is fun to play the game, don't think it's not fun. Sorry, one sec.
You can't talk while you're playing?
Well, focusing on this at the moment. So, wait, we're about to kill this guy. Come on! Damn. So, sorry, I'll leave this for a second.
How much are you playing the game? Be honest.
More than 6 hours at least. Yeah, I suppose.
More than 6 hours?
Sorry. Well,
just sitting here talking to me now while you're playing this game, you seem uncomfortable, you seem like I'm irritating you because you want to play your game.
Well, no offense, but you kind of are. I'm dying here a lot. I'm playing pretty badly.
How do you feel that you're now playing the game again?
What bothers me more than anything is I couldn't find a substitute.
There are millions of things for you to do out there. Look for new friends, find a girlfriend, you know, do the things that young men of your age do.
Yeah, I have a problem. I need to cut down. But I really would like to have it in my life, but controlled.
One award-winning games designer thinks it's time the industry accepts that some online games may encourage obsessive playing.
I think people don't necessarily understand how powerful some game mechanics can be. It's one thing to think, okay, I'm playing too much, but it's another thing to just stop playing, because some games are designed in a manner that you just don't want to leave.
He says powerful psychological techniques are used.
The first one is by using this idea called the variable rate of reinforcement, which is basically like a jackpot, so a slot machine.
The idea was developed after scientists discovered rats, taught to feed themselves by pressing a lever, would press it obsessively when the food appeared randomly.
And people have found that this works on humans as well. If you go and give people a lever to press or a button to press and give them random rewards based on pressing that, you know, they'll do it all the time.
In games, instead of food, you randomly get extra lives or extra in-game features to keep you playing. The idea is to create a compulsion loop to keep us coming back for more. It's simple but powerful, and is thought to explain why people get addicted to slot machines.
It's a nice little psychological trick, and for most people this will not be something that's bad. But if you've got if you've got that vulnerability or susceptibility to an addiction, is that will keep you in the game probably far in excess of what the normal person would do.
I think the industry needs to start thinking about this a lot more, because games are becoming so much more widespread and because they're becoming so much more powerful.
I took our findings to UKI, the body that represents the industry.
Looking at the evidence, there's a very mixed picture, and there's not a clear view on whether the actual game itself is causing addiction or whether it is a problem around certain aggressive, compulsive behaviours of individuals. More research is needed to actually understand what the processes are and what is actually happening.
Are you willing to fund the research, if not directly, indirectly?
The industry will look at opportunities to support the research that needs to be done.
Just to know that we can...
For some parents, this isn't enough.
To the gaming industry, I would say, think about
you know, that people do become addicted, and think about ways of improving communication about that.
What the industry has to say is that we accept that for a vast majority of our people they have no problems, but we do accept that a small proportion of people basically play our games to excess, and in a small minority of cases become addicted. So it's about giving people enough information to make an informed choice.
The industry puts age ratings on games and has a safe gaming website. Is it time to warn about addiction?
Because the evidence is unclear, we want to ensure that parents are not frightened and not alarmed. However, we should be, and we will be, advising parents to look out for excessive or problem gaming traits amongst their children.
Why is that not on your website at the moment?
I can't answer that, but we'll review that content.
To date, the website still doesn't mention addiction as a risk to a small minority of gamers, and it remains to be seen how serious the industry is about funding the research that needs to be done. Till that happens, parents won't know about the potential dangers in their homes. Joe only stopped gaming when his dad threw his console out of the house after he lost his place at university. He's now a freelance filmmaker and is much happier in the real world.
My advice for people who have been in my situation: put the controller down, take a deep breath, go ring a friend. Go ring a friend and go out and get smashed. Just go and enjoy yourself, basically.
Joe still games, but at his mates. He doesn't trust himself to own a console.
I'll get everything done that I need to do for the day. Then I'll sort of reward myself with a game.
I'll lay me down tonight.
It took Chris 2 years to beat his demons, but he's not angry at the people who made the game.
Blizzard Entertainment aren't the people to blame. They make a bloody brilliant game. They make a really good game. They know how to keep people interested. But then you're going to have the small bunch that are going to get really into it so much that, you know, that's just their life.
And Blizzard Entertainment told us,
our games are designed to be fun. But like all forms of entertainment, day-to-day life should always take precedence. World of Warcraft contains practical tools that assist players and parents in monitoring playing time.
I've come to a major exhibition in London to see the latest generation of games. It's easy to forget the benefits and sheer joy they can bring. I don't want to stop my son from gaming, but I'm going to keep an extra close eye on him to make sure he games safely.
Raphael Rowe reporting there. Hard to believe, isn't it, that the ping pong game that Raf was playing, Pong they called it, is nearly 40 years old now. If your child loses it when you try to stop them playing a computer game, don't panic. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're addicted. But if you do want advice, there are safe gaming tips on our website, as well as links to more information.